welcome everybody to another round of World of Tanks subscriber replays. My name, as always, is Maxwell, and today's first video is from the user, the Althammer. That's the Althammer, and he's driving the IS-3 on a standard battle on Hidden Village. Hidden Village being the new map that was added in 8.10. It's supposed to be modelled off Japan, even though no real tank battles took place on mainland Japan between any of the main nations. Well, I don't think between any of the nations. I think Japan escaped quite unscathed, like Britain, when it came to land warfare. Obviously, both of them got bombed to shit during World War II, but neither of them saw any major like tank battles or anything like that. So anyway, waffling on way too long. IS-3 being the Tier 8 heavy tank for the Russians. So before we get into this battle, the vlog video and the contest video is shaping up nicely, so that should be with you either Friday or Saturday. If I decide to bring it on Friday, then I may have to cut out a World of Tanks video to bring that, so I may decide to put it out on Saturday instead. But at the moment, Friday is the plan for that video, and that should have basically just a channel update, how we've done over this past year, and how the competitions are going to work. So, on to this replay at hand. Althammer's just taken up a position in the town down in the northern flank here. Most of the buildings in this town are destructible, so you have to be pretty careful here. And with the changes to 8.10, small walls and obstacles can be fired through, so you have to be extra careful now. Spots out a couple of enemy medium tanks in this town, but there's nothing really else of significance over here. So really, with the armor that he's got, he should just be able to bully these two guys away from their positions, especially with them being a tier and 2 tiers lower than himself. As you can see, the three of them, oh, nice snapshot on the move there, able to take out the A44 and pick up his first kill of the match. So while they've been marauding their way through the village, you can see an E-25's actually snuck around the side of the battle and actually started a base capture himself. Someone is going to have to drop back and deal with that because there's nobody really in range. Spots out a couple of tank destroyers on the ridge here, trying to make his decision on who he wants to shoot at. Finally decides to shoot at the Jagdpanther Mark II and gets a good chunk of damage on him. And then he realizes that nobody else is kind of making a move back to base to deal with this base capture. And there's also that Panther M10 also making his way towards the base from around the side of the battle. So Althammer decides to head back himself. Actually, at around about the same time, about half the guys in the village also had the same plan, that it may be a good idea to start heading back and do something about this base capture. On his way back, he might actually be able to get a cheeky shot on this Panther M10 here, just blocking himself a little bit by that little shack there, so not quite able to get a shot on him, but the SU-100Y was able to take him out. Base capture is actually getting pretty close now, just 35 seconds left. People are starting to panic, and a few different people scrambling to head back. Problem is that E-25's probably got one of the highest camo ratings in the game, so especially when sat still, and if he's got a camo skill and that camo net, going to be very difficult to spot. Looks like that Tiger 2 does finally spot him. Although he has fantastic camo and a great rate of fire, he's got absolutely pathetic armor and a very small hit point pool. So let's just have a quick look. Should get dealt with quick enough. Decides that discretion is the better part of valor and just decides to run away. Wondering if the Althammer can actually head him off. Probably not, because like I said, this E-25 is very, very fast. Well, you guys know that. You know the E-25 is horrendously fast. So probably not going to be able to get up this hill and get a shot in time. Although the E-25 stopped to take a shot himself, and then he is able to pick him off and pick up kill number 2. Just coming around to assist his allies here, because this T-32's flanking around the side of the battle. They've got an M6 and can't quite make out what that is under there. Looks like a T-62. 69 even. So going to pick off the highest threat first, which is this KV-5. Did bounce a shot from someone there. Not quite able to put a shot through the weak spot of that KV-5. That big radio man turret thing. I think it looks like R2-D2. Wait for his gun to reload here. Going to see if he can put his second shot through the weak spot. And indeed he can, and that is kill number 3. Although he's taking serious damage from the front now, so he's going to have to drop back behind this hill. Looks like that SU-100 missed his shot. Doesn't really realise that he's been spotted here, so Altama's going to take his time to aim. Oh, wow. Absolutely brilliant there. Gets an ammo rack from the front of that SU-100 and just takes that threat straight out. So a little bit of good luck when needed there by the Altama. So he's up front now, and he's going to have to try and repel the attackers. Going to see if he can get some damage on this T-32. As he backs off, indeed he can. Just makes T-32 think twice about poking his head out again for a while. The looks like the enemy Black Prince has decided to flank around. Hopefully, the Altama can turn around, deal with the Black Prince, while the Tiger II holds off the T-32 and that Type 59, because if either of them decide to come around, they can probably attack him from the rear, but it looks like he's actually decided just to go full frontal with the Black Prince. Black Prince trying to outmaneuver him, but for some reason presented his side armor, which isn't the strong spot of the Black Prince. Not really a strong spot of any tank, to be honest. And that Type 59, realising that the IS-3 of Altama's moved off, decides to advance on that Tiger II. Altama blocked by the terrain there, so not able to get anything on that Type 59, but he may be able to get a shot on this T-32. But nope, they're able to double team the Tiger II and take him out, although the T-32, not really realising how much danger is in, sees him and decides to drop back just in time there. The corpse of that tank and the rock getting in the way there, so he's not taking any damage. AMX AC48 calling GG in the chat. Altama just saying not yet. Although it is looking pretty bad with just himself and this Tiger P left. Tiger P, I think, was in the village at the start and then came back with everybody else to defend. And he's just been kind of hanging around base since then. So we're going to come around and just try and take on this Type 59 from the front. Type 59, a very difficult nut to crack unless you've got a big enough cannon. The slopes on its armor make it very, very difficult to penetrate. But it looks like the Type 59's actually decided to relocate to a different position, which is obviously what he wants to do, being a medium tank. Doesn't want to just sit in one spot like a heavy. So what he's almost certainly done is he's come around this road here and he's going to be attacking from this position. Really, the Tiger P should hang back a little bit just because that's almost certainly what he is doing. Although he could have just dropped back to meet up with the T-32. Looks like there he is. So he was flanking around, but he's taking it very, very slowly. T-32 gets spotted as well. He's out in the open, starts to back off. There's nowhere he can go. Gets himself taken out, and that is kill number 6 and a Top Gun medal. Does take a big hit from the Hummel there on the way, though. Gets a good chunk of his hit points taken off. And gets himself ammo racked as well. Says in chat that now it's GG. Once he's gotten himself a bloody nose and a Top Gun medal, he thinks that that's pretty much it. Going to wait for the Tiger P to come and assist him because he's got almost full hit points and a decent frontal armor. So, although to be honest, the IS-3's got a good frontal armor as well. Going to leave the Tiger P here as kind of a brick wall. Hopefully the enemy tanks can just assault him and break like waves against a pier. Although it looks like the two of them, the Type 59 and the AC, just going to kind of rush him down. But no, the Tiger P is able to take out the Type 59, so excellent shot there. Ooh, finds a Hellcat. Hellcat not paying attention. Hellcat gets himself killed. That is kill number 7 from the Altama. Got to be careful though, because this Hummel's going to be looking probably around about this way. He's probably actually the Hummel focused up around that Tiger P, so probably not able to swing his gun around quick enough. That Hellcat just getting punished there for not paying attention. Tiger P doing a great job of whittling down this AC-48, although the AC-48 is getting bits of damage through him. Just calling in the chat there that he's got 7 seconds left on his reload. That ammo rack really playing havoc. All the Tiger P needs to do here is just wait for the Altama to get into range. He can get one shot through his side armor, and that is going to be just the two of them versus the Hummel at that point. He's been spotted out, so the AMX knows he's here, started to turn around to face him, and the Tiger P takes him out, no trouble whatsoever. Altama just drops back a little bit so that the Hummel doesn't catch him off guard. And in fact, we're just going to speed this one up a little bit until we get back into some action. So now it's just a case of trying to find the Hummel. Asks in chat if he can have a Radley Walters. Tiger says sure, because let's face it, he does absolutely deserve it after this display. Looks for the Hummel in the usual spot. Not there, so he's probably going to be over the other side of that cap circle somewhere. Just having a look in the usual spots. Finds the Hummel here. Hummel's actually on low health from the assault earlier. Tiger P takes a massive shot in the face, but as you can see, Tiger P being good to his word and not taking out the Hummel, although Altama fires just over his head, so a little bit unfortunate there. Probably going to be able to pick him up with the ram here, and that is GG. 8 kills, 3,000 damage, Radley Walters medal. Absolutely awesome replay there from the Altama. Thank you very much for sending that one in. As always, stick around because the score screens and another game are coming right up. And our second replay of the days from the user Shadow Visigoth. That's Shadow Visigoth, and he is driving the T20 on an assault battle on Corellia. T20 being the tier 7 medium tank for the Americans. T20 was actually one of my favourite tanks. It's especially probably one of my favourite medium tanks. Probably enjoy this thing even more than the Cromwell. For its tier, it's got fantastic speed, good agility. Its armor's not particularly great, but then it is a medium tank. It's got a decent health pool, and its gun is good for its tier also. But anyway, onto this. But yeah, I had great fun playing in the in my T20. I was actually a little bit disappointed when I upgraded to the Pershing, but I probably just haven't given the Pershing enough time either, because the Pershing's pretty good medium tank as it happens as well. So Shadow going to be doing the regular medium tank thing of heading all the way to one of the flanks. Decides to take the south flank, as there's nobody else really here, and is just going to guard this section and spot anybody who comes around. Actually, a Panzer 38 NA sneaks up behind him. Not sure why the 38 NA didn't just run away there. He's actually come back for some more. Takes a massive shot through the face. Fires back. He's going to try in vain to reverse out of there, but there's going to be nothing he can do about it. And just gets himself killed to death, to be honest. Once he'd had his first shot and only damaged the tracks on a flush side armor shot, probably should have just used that time to run away. Very nice snapshot on the KV-13 there. So good on this thing, pretty damn accurate. KV-13 shoots the rock there, so Shadow going to have enough time to pop out and take another shot at this KV-13. KV-13 again shoots the rock, but looks like he's got a faster reload than Shadow's T20 has. But at the moment, Shadow having the better time of it, just schooling the KV-13 in how to play peekaboo. It's another good shot through his turret, and KV-13 just shoots the rocks again. Starts to try and make a move, but he's going to expose his side armor there, and Shadow puts another shot through his side there. Just one more shot's going to be enough to take out this KV-13, but decides to play it carefully because he doesn't want to take any damage in return. Ooh, unfortunately just hits the strong part of the turret there, and all the gun mantlet. Just not quite able to put a shot through and do any damage, although the KV-13's left his rear and side exposed, and Shadow just able to take him out. Took out all 1,120 of his hit points and picked up kill number 2. Spots a Cromwell in the ditch here. Cromwell not really going to be a match one-on-one for a T20. He's had a better time of it than the KV-13 already, though, doing a little bit of damage. He's going to have to play this one a little bit smart, because the Cromwell does have a considerably faster reload speed than this T20 does, so just playing on his terms here while his gun's reloading. Doesn't want to have himself exposed at all. Once his gun's almost reloaded, pops himself out there. Was a little bit too far down the hill to be able to run away, so decided just to go in for the ram. Cromwell gets in 2 good hits before he's reloaded, but he's finally able to take him out. Did take a considerable amount of damage from that Cromwell there, and you can see why the Cromwell is such a good medium tank. Takes off over half of the hit points of this T20 in a one-on-one duel, and the T20 only missed 1 shot. So it looks like the south flank is pretty much dealt with. There's nobody else really in this area, although it looks like the enemy team's committed quite a sizable force to the centre and the northern flank, so still going to have to play this one relatively carefully, just setting up here because there's a Chi Nu somewhere around here. Just going to wait to see if somebody spots him out, and then should be able to get some damage on him. But it looks like nobody's really playing the spotting game, so Shadow just decided to go forward himself. There we go, spots the Chi Nu. Can he get a shot on him? Doesn't look like he's... Oh, there we go. Looks like he is visible. And there we go. Kill number 4. So that's pretty much everybody in the south flank dealt with. Looks like and it's pretty even at the moment at 10 kills to 10. There's a Hellcat in the centre here. Going to see if he can get a shot on him. Can't quite see any part of him by the looks of it. Looks like he's just hiding safely behind a rock. Although there's a couple other allied team members who do have shots on him. So just going to let them finish him off. And there he is. Been picked up by that 30-02. So Shadow Visigoth just decides to move off and go artillery hunting. So going to be heading around this southern flank. Going to be heading to the hill here. Going to be heading up there and just spotting out whoever he can. Normally this is where you find the artillery, and there you go, spots out the M44. Going to get taken by surprise here, gets a good chunk of damage through him. M44 misses his shot. There is a Churchill Mark 7 on the left hand side, so you're going to have to be careful here, because even against the Churchill Mark 7, the T20 doesn't have formidable armor, so can't really afford just to try and take shot after shot. Luckily the Churchill 7 missed there, just deciding to ignore the M44 for a little bit, because he does have this Allied 3601 moving in. And there we go, the Allied 3601 picks up the M44 as he drops back, and that allows Shadow to invest 100% of his attention on this Churchill 7 here. Playing it carefully, only exposing himself enough so that he can get a shot on the rear armor, while the turret of the Churchill 7 is still behind the terrain. Able to finish him off, but got taken down to 90 hit points in the progress, and his gunner is dead. And there we go, just uses his med pack to heal up his gunner. Takes up a snipering position thanks to the spotting of the 30-02 there. Able to get a good shot through the side of that T29. And as long as that 30-02 stays alive, should be able to consistently put damage through the sides of these tanks there. It's a good hit on that IS-2. If he doesn't move, just wait for his gun to reload. Actually, the 30-02 takes out the IS-2, and now it's just the T-29 left. Although he's not having much luck putting shots through the side armor of this T-29. T-29 is quite a formidable tank for its tier. T-29 hiding, but not quite hidden enough. Shadow doesn't like that shot, so decides not to take it. There we go, exposes his rear armor, but the angle that the shell seems to be landing at is just bouncing off the high angle of the engine deck, so he's not really able to get any damage on this T-29. That 3601 finally takes him out, and that is game. So absolutely awesome replay there from Shadow Visigoth, doing 3,700 points of damage, picking himself up 5 kills, and single-handedly securing that southern flank. So absolutely awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget, you guys, if you've got yourself a great replay, please send that in to replay@screenreality.com. The link for that is in the description. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like or favourite. Stick a comment in the comment section below letting me know exactly what you thought. If you're not already, then please consider hitting that subscribe button for more content like this in the future. I've been Maxwell, this has been World of Tanks, and I will catch you guys next time.